this video I wanted to talk about the Windows Phone start screen so that you can get more out of your phone. Now, the start screen, the way that people use start screen in YouTube and the way my friends use it is, in my opinion, not that efficient. What they do is they pin all these apps and live tiles for live information and using the start screen as a shortcut. And I think that's part of how you can use it. But the other thing about being extremely fluid and adapting the start screen based on your workflow, they don't do that. And what I mean is, if you take an example of a table, how I use a table is, my table is going to be empty, and if I have some academic work, then I put the books and the research papers and all those stuff, and I do the work, and then I take off all those things. And if I have to do some cooking, then I put all the cooking stuff, I do the work, and then I take out all of it. The way I see that people use the table is, first of all, they put a tablecloth. I don't understand why you put a tablecloth on the table. You know, there's probably going to be a YouTube video for that. Hello, today I'm going to be showing you a video on all the different kinds of tablecloth that you can put on your table. There's about 20 different kinds of tablecloth depending on the kind of mood you want to set, and you can put between 1 to 7 at a time. I'm going to be making 2 videos, so make sure you like this video, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And to that, they're going to put a flower vase on it, and a fruit bowl, and some newspaper. And you know, probably they're going to be solving the crossword in the newspaper, so they're going to have a pen stand, and the TV remote, and the smartphones. And you're going to end up with a table which doesn't have any space for you to work on. And you're just going to use the table to look at things and not to actually use the space that the table can provide. Bruce Lee said that the value of a cup is its emptiness. The ability for the cup to hold something is what makes it valuable. And so the start screen as well. Once you set up all your apps, and once you set up all those things and the people, and you put your best friend in it, and after that, you're not changing anything on the start screen, and depending on your workflow, you're not changing anything, or you're not adapting the start screen to your workflow. Now instead, what I do is I have only the call and the message tile on my start screen, and suppose I gotta get together with a bunch of friends. Then I put those guys and I make a group, and I put that group on the start screen. And suppose we're going to some places, I search for those places, I search for the restaurants, and I put those things on the start screen. And if I'm trying to show them some new music, some genre, or some particular artist, or maybe a website, then I'm going to put all those things on the start screen. And once all this is done, and once we get together, then I'm going to remove all of this stuff. And suppose I'm doing some research and doing some Office and SkyDrive work, then those documents and those researchers and those websites which provide me information for those are going to be on the start screen. And once I'm done with the project, then again those things are going to be removed. This aspect of using the start screen more fluidly, I don't see them being talked in YouTube. I only see that people put the live tiles for notifications and using it as a shortcut. So the first tip is to use your start screen based on your workflow and not just keep it constant. Now the second thing is pinning. Pinning is deeply integrated into the start screen and into how we work in our lives and Windows Phone. If you see the video of Marco Artisari, the lead designer of Nokia, and I'll include the interview of him in the description, he talks a lot of stuff, and one of the things he talks about is getting from A to B. To get from A to B in a smartphone, we have to go through so many steps. And the whole concept of pinning is to avoid those steps and get to B directly. Our pinning concept is like a wormhole. You don't need to take the straight line between A to B, you can just put those together. You can pin a group of people, you can pin apps, you can pin a particular game, you can pin a particular website or any particular web page, you can pin a map location, you can pin a song, an album, an artist, a playlist, a genre, you can pin a photo album, you can pin an office document, you can pin a note, you can pin an email folder, a particular email folder, you can even pin a live site. And another thing about pinning which I see is, suppose you just downloaded a new album. What I would do is I would pin that particular album onto my start screen, and what I see my friends do is they pin the music and videos tiles on the start screen, and they try to access those albums through the music and live tiles. And what you're doing is going from A to B through all those points. If you know that you're going to be having a meeting with somebody, then you can just pin those people, and because of how Windows Phone integrates people and integrates Facebook and Twitter and everything, when you select that person, you'll also get the ability to call that person from Skype. And so